down on YouTube on how to change the catalytic converter for the CU2 TSX. Sorry, lost for words there. But anyway, that's the catalytic converter, okay? What I suggest you do is, before you start, just hit up the bolts. These one, that's my finger right there. That's one right there. There's another one. And there's another one. I believe there's a fourth one on the other side, okay? Try to hit it with some WD-40. Just make the job a little easier. And this is what it looks like. Bottom. Sorry for the camera work. I'm doing it all by myself. So as you can tell, this is already dripping because I already hit it up with some WD-40. Okay, to lubricate a little bit. There's a bracket here as well that you might want to lubricate just a little bit to make it easier to come off. These two are spring loaded, and of course the rest of this exhaust, you might want to place a jack stand. I have some other ones over there, so I'm going to place them right over here underneath this exhaust to support this. So like I said, I'm doing this by myself. I don't have a cameraman, so I'm going to cut, and then I will get the new one, and I'll try to piece this video together so that it looks cohesive. All right. First thing you want to do after lubricating the bolts and the nuts with WD-40 is to remove the strut bar. You're going to need a 12-inch socket. So after lubricating the nuts and bolts down there with some WD-40, the next thing you want to do is remove this strut bar. Okay, you're going to need a 12mm socket to be able to do that. Don't forget to get this hose off the strut bar so it can come off loose. Once that comes off loose, the rest of it is easy peasy. Okay, that will give you access to the catalytic converter. All right, so now that I have a cameraman, I'm gonna go ahead and continue. So the thing you want to do here is you want to remove this O2 sensor, bank 1, top O2 sensor. Okay, clip it inwards and kind of wiggle it out. Oh, I need two hands. Okay, pause it. Hey, push it. Okay, so now with this, where is it? This O2 sensor out of the way. Go ahead and remove the heat shield, which is this here, okay? Right it tight, left it loosey. Here we go. It's a 12, by the way. 12mm bolt. There. Oopsie. There we go. Let's try that again. There's your 12. Hold it in place and squeeze. So I'm just gonna pause the video as I'm going, but basically there's 4 of these, right? 2 on top, 2 at the bottom. Okay? All right, see you in a little bit. This is the heat shield. There's actually 3 bolts, okay? And you're gonna need a 12. And this is how they go. 2 are actually on top and 1 in the back. Okay, so it's 3, not 4. Okay, so can you point to the actual, there you go. And now with the heat shield out of the way, there's the old catalytic converter. Can you zoom in a little bit? There you go. So that's the old one right there. And I believe there's another heat shield down there. Let me see. Yes, there's another heat shield down here as well. Okay. Anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. Point to the catalytic converter. Okay, now if you notice, let me see. There are, now this one has 4 bolts, right? The actual converter itself. catalytic converter right there. So there's two right there, and I'm not even going to try to risk it, so I'm going to try to shoot. Can you pick that up? Okay, I'm going to hit it up with some silicone lubricant. Okay, just makes the job a little easier. Zoom in so you can see when I'm going down there. Let's switch spots. Go all the way. Keep going. Keep going. Okay. So over here, I need you to zoom in to the actual what I'm pointing at right there. That's too much. Okay. This one here, these nuts, you're gonna have to use try to use some type of ratchet if you can, because they're bolted down and some of them might have seized. So a little bit of lubricant would help, and then use something to break them with, break them with. Okay, so just like that, and okay, and pull it towards you. I'm on the passenger side, mind you. Never mind, away from you. So I'm on the passenger side, moving to the driver's side, okay? So there. Same thing, and there's one here at the bottom. Okay, go ahead, you can stop recording now. Hey. You need to switch sides with me. Go over there. Keep going, keep going. Okay, so now you have actually two nuts on top and two bolts. Two nuts at the top, two bolts at the bottom, okay? So it's loose, and so what you gotta do is just grab it and pull it from the top. But be careful, there is a O2 sensor, oxygen sensor down there that you gotta remove before you can actually remove the whole thing out, okay? Gotta wiggle it out a little bit. Okay, can you stop recording? Okay. Basically the old one. Can you come over here? This is the new one, okay? So there seem to be a little bit of differences. This one, the new one, doesn't have flanges for this heat shield. Notice, and by the way, this is a California CARB approved catalytic converter. So if you live in California, you need this one. Anyway, that's the only difference. You know, this one, like I said, I see in a lot of videos where the heat shield is transferred from the old one to the new one. It seems like this one already has its own heat shield. Plus, it has serial numbers showing that it is a California approved catalytic converter. And by weight, yes, it is lighter than the old one. And I still need to remove the old O2 sensor and transfer it over here. Okay, so that's it.